you guys seen the ongoing Pokemon Company and Prismatic Evolution situation? Holy scalpers! Speaking of scalping,
I think I can do it.
unfortunately, Numi Nightmare, her debut merch was hit too. I've seen a couple people post screenshots of scalpers because her debut merch sold out right away. And apparently some people pre-ordered it with the intent of reselling, and that's just really cruel, taking advantage of fans like that. I don't like it. Unless it's the EV cards at Costco thing. It is! It is the EV cards at Costco thing, I'm pretty sure. So, basically, this is just reading off the article on IGN right now. Pokemon Company International has released a statement addressing the recent Pokemon TCG shortage, thanking the community for its patience as it attempts to print more of the popular sets that continue to sell out, such as the latest expansion to Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions. A spokesperson stated the following to IGN. We are aware that some fans may experience difficulties purchasing certain Pokemon trading card games Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions products at launch due to high demand impacting availability. Reprinted products are expected to be available at participating retailers as soon as possible to help ensure more fans receive opportunities to access Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions. That's such a long title. In addition, the more products from the Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions lineup will be launching in the coming months. So basically, they saw that the FOMO was going crazy and they're like, oh yes, let's make more. Which will only lead to more FOMO, which is rough. But yeah. So basically, the situation that led to this, that the article doesn't talk about at all, is that Pokemon releases limited amounts of an expansion. And on launch, because they're most likely going to be rare for collectors, and there's a lot of collectors who want them, people were going in droves, buying boxes and boxes and boxes, and just taking them. To the point that people had actually commented online like, hey, you need to limit what your customers are buying because it's not fair. Scalpers are buying. And Pokemon didn't put a limit. I mean, it's hard for them to control because it's a store thing, but still, they could make more demand. They could make more supply for the demand. But anyway, stores had to cap their products to like 2 per customer and things like that. And there were still lineups and problems. People were going crazy trying to get these. A lot of the people were trying to resell. And yeah, the Costco videos and Battle Royale, that's what I wanted to show you guys, the Costco videos, because they're so scary. I also found a video of somebody with 100 boxes. Like, I hope that person is like struck by lightning or something. No one needs 100, man. Your wife and you bought each prismatic for 200 Canadian each? They should be that price! That's so evil! What do you mean 200 each? For a set of Pokemon cards, don't they usually cost like 50 at most for an expansion? What do you mean 200? What do you mean 200? What's the actual price these are supposed to go for? Does anyone know? I don't actually know what the price is. You saw an article saying some stores weren't gonna have cards at all because of safety concerns. Honestly, I'd believe it. Are they reselling them or are they opening them to get the rares? No, they're reselling. Like scalpers, buying and reselling entire sets. There's also people, of course, planning to open them. Like, that's one thing if you're a fan. But scalpers who are buying it just to resell are not doing anyone a favor. Well, a pack is usually $5. Yes, but like a deck pack isn't. And I'm not really sure how big or how many cards this expansion comes with. I didn't look into it, so it might be a bigger one. I don't know. But a tiny pack, yeah, like $5 maybe.
I think I can do it.
So this one is usually 60 or 60 US or 80 Canadian. So you paid like a little over double, almost triple. That's rough. Technically cheaper than eBay. Yay! Hello, MJ10K. They could be potential investments for the lot someday. That's the thing, but I mean, I get it. I get it because it's a thing. Like if you want to invest in a collectible item. But I will also argue that people being hurt at the end of the day are the actual fans. Because of scalpers and people trying to buy it just for the purpose of reselling, whether immediately or down the road, the fans who actually want these cards, whether to use them, to open them, or to collect them, or play with them even, those are the people that are being done dirty. Because the people who actually want the cards can't afford them and aren't getting them. And it's really messed up. Some of the really rare ones sell for 1,000. It's literally gambling on cardboard. Well, that's nothing new. TCG has always been that way. It's an issue, not just Pokemon, with Magic the Gathering and probably other games before that. I don't know which one came first. So it's always been a problem. And even with that, the reality is, the gambling aspect, sure, that can be fun, I guess, if you have a lot of money and can safely risk it, or if you get lucky. But at the end of the day, collectible card games should be something where the intent is to collect the cards and have fun. And if you just want to buy them to resell them and take advantage of people, like, get your grimy mitts off the cards. Unless you're opening it to pull and sell individual cards, in which case, like, as long as you're not putting yourself in debt, that can be just fun for the sake of it. That in itself is its own enjoyment. But if you're buying a booster pack or a box and you're not even opening it just to resell the closed pack, like, that's messed up. Just buy some. Let someone who wants it buy it for real. Like, seriously. Hello, Frozen Madness. Scalpers get access to distro accounts. That's messed up. I'm assuming that does happen, but it really shouldn't. Usually Pokemon handles it pretty well. The whole numbered set is common and cheap. That's good. The problem, the issue is they print cards beyond the set number. That's rough. Those cards are very rare and elusive. Special art rares rarities of existing cards. Average competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG deck is more than $1,500 for a competitive deck? Dang! That's highway robbery! What other hobby costs $1,500 to get into? I mean, I guess you can, like, compete for fun with friends if you don't have one like that. But if you don't have any friends, you can't just go to a place and enter tournaments with, like, baby's first Walmart deck. Ah, that's so terrible. That's nuts. Your local GameStop had them in stock, one per person, and sold at market price. See, that's at least reasonable. I think it's sad to limit to one per person, though, because there are people that would want to have more than one. Like, if they genuinely want to play it themselves, they might want more than one. But unfortunately, anyway, I have some videos to show you guys. Just in case you haven't seen this situation, so that you can understand just how bad it actually is. I don't think it's possible to comprehend if you haven't seen the videos. And it's crazy thinking it's Costco too. Like, it's not even your typical Pokemon card place. Like, what is happening? Anyway, I'm gonna put it over here. This is the situation for anyone who hasn't seen it. Like, this video is by Smart TCG. This is Pokemon Scalpers at Costco.
What's up? You guys are not.
They're running!
Oh, don't run. It says no running.
They're running through the door!
Man, they opened it up to 2 lines. Oh, dang, don't run. Don't run.
Literal battle royale!
It's right here.
Like, there's not even enough staff to stop them from running.
Oh, hurry up.
It's like Black Friday for Pokemon only. Like, it's literal battle royale. I'm surprised he didn't, like, ram them with the cart.
It's gone.
Like,
That's it.
It has to be deliberate undersupply. You see, that's a theory I have as well. I genuinely think Pokemon is relying on this happening. You're the poor worker, indeed. The reality is, I do think it's partially intentional. The Pokemon company knows that the best seller for any product is FOMO. And if they don't print enough, they're guaranteed to sell everything they print. And then even more people are going to want it, which amps up the excitement for future releases because everyone wants to get in on it before it sells out. The same thing used to happen with Amiibos. But as soon as they decide, oh, hey, actually, we're going to be nice and we're going to print more when it runs out so that more people can get it. That's not how it works. Suddenly, they're not elusive anymore. And they're not going to sell. I actually think they might sell more, limiting the number, than if they print more. Like, if they print 100,000 everyone's going to want to grab those 100,000. If they print 150,000, they might sell 70, or maybe not 150. If they print like 300,000, for example, guessing that it would meet the full demand, they might sell 70,000 because people aren't as concerned about missing out anymore. So yeah, I do think it's partially deliberate. I definitely agree. I know that's uncomfortable. It's just the entire situation is pretty messed up. Anyway, it wasn't quite done, but I don't think it'll get any worse. But and like no one in the store was even doing anything else. I think this is like right when it opened. This video is by Afar Adventures. I don't know which ones are the same videos and which are different, but I wanted to watch a number just so you guys can see. Like this isn't one Costco. This was happening all over the place.
I know you're having fun.
Look at this! Look at this!
You need to know.
They are literally destroying the display. They're not just taking one and running. They are like taking this pile, shoveling it onto the floor. People are going to trip on these. People are going to break the boxes. People are going to damage the product. Like, this is messed up. You can't just go into a store and disrespect the staff and the store this much, let alone disrespecting Pokemon fans. But as I said, that's a whole other conversation. But
Stuff like that?
You can't
That's
just take mountainfuls.
That's a load of crap to the youngsters.
This is why
I know you're having
places
fun.
were limiting. Like, this is actually crazy. It's disrespectful. Literal vultures indeed. Like, the absolute destructiveness of doing this in the first place. It's terrible. And there's like one more. A fight breaks out between scalpers. This one's also by Smart TCG. I wanted to watch it and discuss it a bit because I really hate that this is happening. And anyone that's scalping deserves to be shamed for it. So I have no shame watching these. And they all sprint as soon as they pass the staff. Just imagine if that was you, having to work at Costco. Literally being the poor person who has to deal with this. Screaming, no running. And everyone walks just past you and then starts sprinting when they're far enough that they know you can't stop them. Customer service people have to put up with enough. There's absolutely no reason to do this to them. Like, I'm sure some of you guys work customer service. If that was you, that would actually not... Like, I can't even put into words how horrible that would be to deal with. So why do these people think it's okay to put the staff through that? They're just as bad as Karens. It's actually disgusting behavior. Like, I don't care what you think you're getting out of it. If you're going to rush to a store and be this disrespectful, it's fine if you want to line up right when it opens and grab one for yourself, or even grab 2 for yourself. Or hell, if you're super into Pokemon, grab 5 for yourself if there's no limit. That's fine. But if you're causing this much destruction and disturbance so that you can buy products from an actual store, by the way, not just the wholesalers, so that you can resell it, starving people buying it from the store at a normal price themselves, man, that's not it. That's not it. And I was ranting about this so hard yesterday. And I was so upset that I wasn't streaming yesterday because I would have screamed about this for like ever. They knocked over a TV! They knocked over a TV! Do you guys know how much TVs are worth? Do you know how much damage can happen when you knock over a TV? They knocked over a TV and kept going. What the fuck? Oh, that's what it is for the Pokemon cards, yeah.
Oh my god.
Just look at it. They literally knocked over the TVs. What the? Oh my god! They're actually fighting! Man. The absolute disrespect to just everybody forced to deal with that. They have some more videos about it as well. Hold on. I think there's a couple more that I don't think I watched that we can watch real quick. it's the reason I am putting it on stream too is that if anyone's ever considered doing this, I want you to see what it looks like from the outside and maybe reconsider and maybe understand you don't want to be one of these people. You did 100 for Mana. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got her in 20. Yeah, it is the type of stuff you see from Black Friday. Exactly. This person grabs it from other people. Oh god, that's when the floodgates open. Oh god. At least they're being patient. The people at this location are being more decent so far. So far. Compared to some other ones we've seen, they're being decent. They're grabbing fistfuls, but at least it's like more reasonable fistfuls. It's still messed up. But like no one needs that many. Unless you run like a card shop, you don't need that many. Literally grabbing it out of people's hands.
Come on,
Remember when I said they were more reasonable? I lied.
One,
That's a cart.
One.
Bro! There's gonna be people who lined up for hours to get a pack for their kid or get a pack for themselves that were looking forward to having the new expansion. And you're going to load up an entire cart? That's... That's so low. That's genuinely so low. Like, I can understand maybe wanting to make a quick buck and buying a few to resell. Like, that's the line where I'm like, that's still terrible, but like, I can understand. But a whole cart, that's so many people that would have loved to have one. It's disgusting. People do this as a side hustle, I know. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it a bit. It's genuinely messed up. There's a difference between being a store and having like a place, getting it from wholesalers and selling it at market price, or even a tiny bit above, like $1 or $2 above for whatever reason. But like, they're probably planning on selling it for much, much more. And that is genuinely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting behavior. These people are 100% selling straight to eBay, most likely. They don't limit one per customer. That wasn't a rule across all Costco's. Only certain locations did. That's true. If you're running a card shop, you're not buying at Costco. So these are all yucky people. Yucky people. It's just a shame. Wish suppliers could prioritize local card shops. No, I strongly agree. I think it would be a good way to actually prevent scalpers. Because by prioritizing local card shops who understand the nature of the market for what they're selling and understand what people want from cards, how they buy cards, the hype that'll be there on day one, local card stores or even chain card stores can prevent this. If you give these cards to Costco or Walmart or whatever, the problem is these locations are not used to being the location for like big card launches. They don't know how to handle it. For expansions that won't sell out on day one, it's fine because kids will want them, but like they're not prepared to handle this. They literally are not ready for this. They don't know how to handle it. And you can kind of tell, like they were somewhat prepared. They were probably warned, but like they still do not have the infrastructure to deal with this. Like, they could have even opened an hour early or something, and it's like, you line up, we'll bring it to the front of the line and give you one. There's multiple ways they could have done this, but they're not. Or they could have had it behind lock and key. You have to go to the cash, and the cash will go and get you one. There's other ways they could have done it. Behind the counter, like anything. But they had it set up for failure from the start. I know it's not that easy to fix, but I'm just saying, like, the entire situation... I'm not saying it could have been preventable, but there's a lot of things that could have helped prevent it. Man. The full cart, though. That's just so dirty. I hope someone just takes the cart and, like, knocks it over and takes them out. Because I hate it. I hate it that much.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
You have like...
Thank Thank you! The one reasonable person in Costco, thank you! Thank you! Thank you, you brave soldier, thank you! That's a true Chad right there. The only Chad in the Costco. I don't know if this one is one that we saw or not. Scalper POV running. Oh, this was a scalper taking the video then?
Go. Hey, don't do that, bro.
That's true. Wait. Instead of fighting, they can solve it with a Pokemon duel. Open the card packs on the spot, have a battle, winner gets the full card. That would actually be kind of funny. I would be down for scalpers getting the cards, but only if they have to win it by dueling. Just because then I can get entertainment out of it. I also hope they lose. But at least it would be funnier that way. But yeah. So I don't think like stuff like the thing about this is that it's not I read one comment, I'm not sure if I misunderstood. But the reality is, it's not. I know there's a stereotype, like it's just guys scalping. There have been girls here grabbing shit too. It's not just one. It's not just one. There's people, like, from all over that are doing this. It's just no good. I think I misread a word, actually. I just realized.
Any more? No more? More in the back.
Man.
Here, give it.
Man.
Hey, go.
I think this
What's
is
up? You guys
the
are
last.
what?
Oh, that's the first one that we saw. Okay, so there's no new ones. Anyway, I was curious what you guys thought about the situation, and I'm glad to hear that you guys are more reasonable and thought that the situation was disgusting. It's a greed issue at the end. Exactly. It's a greed issue. Like, it's just people are ruining a hobby that a lot of people genuinely love, and that's how I feel about it at the end of the day. It's just literal destroying a hobby. I'm curious. Hold on. No, okay. Yeah. It makes me sad. That it's come to this. You've dealt with scalpers for 20 years now. I'm sorry, TGM. That just sucks. I feel like maybe packs like this should be limited in the future to pre-order only. Or at least pre-order, and if they sell out during pre-order, then you can't buy them. You can buy them in person. Actually, yeah! My number one recommendation for ending this issue in the future would be, even if you want it to be limited, have a set date and time where you open pre-orders and limit how many pre-orders every person can buy. And then have it be a thing where people grab it in advance. And if it sells out during pre-order, well, tough luck. It's sold out, but at least you're not like grabbing them and reselling them. It's sold out during pre-order. If they don't sell out during pre-order, then you can have it a bit more, put them in the store and people can grab it. But if they don't sell out during pre-order, you're probably not going to be getting scalper prices for them on eBay. So it's just something where there's a lot of ways to fix. That would be my number one recommendation. Number two, and a lot of stores did end up doing it, would be having the strict limit so that people aren't allowed to do this in the first place. I don't even think the limit has to be 1. Like, benefit of the doubt, even as high as 5, is at least not the worst. But for people who are grabbing cartfuls or like 10, you don't need that. You really don't need that. And if for any reason somebody actually needs that for whatever reason, well, I don't know what to tell you. You can buy from the scalpers if you need 10. Unless you have like 10 kids or something and they each want one, like, I don't know. But there's got to be a better way than this.
I think I can do it.
Exactly, I feel bad for the parents that can't get one for their kids. Or the adults who love Pokemon and really want one and their collection is just ruined. It's just... The entire way this played out left a really bad taste in my mouth. As someone who, like, you know, CEO of a hobby shop type thing with games and merch and cards, I hate seeing this. It makes me very sad. That's not the point of selling this type of thing. You want to sell this type of stuff to spread the joy around with people who love it. You want to spread the community, the fun, the joy in your niche. You don't need to ruin people's enjoyment because you're a greedy piece of shit. Mm-mm.